Hello everyone. Vanakkam. I am Dr. P. Paramadayalan. I am glad to introduce the Tamil letters to my beloved learners of Tamil language. In this section, we are going to talk about the second group of Tamil letters. Before I introduce the letters of second group, let us recap the letters of first group, namely Ta, Pa, Ma, Ya, Ra, A, A, E. Now let us move on to the letters of second group. In the second group, totally we have 7 letters, namely E, Ra, Ka, Sa, Ta, Na, Nga. Out of which one is vowel, that is E, and all others are consonants. Those are Ra, Sa, Ka, Ta, Na, Nga. The first letter is long vowel E. 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 This letter is written by drawing a vertical line from bottom to top. Continue a horizontal line from left to right. Again, use a vertical line from top to bottom. Finally, place 2 dots on both sides of the third stroke. Look at the secondary symbol of the letter, which is displayed on the screen. As we discussed in the previous class, the secondary symbol is usually placed above all the pure consonants. Here, let us see some examples of introducing the secondary symbol of the letter E, which is displayed on the screen. It plus E, T, Ip plus E, P, Im plus E, Me. This letter is called front unrounded vowel. When pronouncing this letter, the tongue is placed towards the front of the mouth at a mid-height and release the airflow. Let us see a few words in which the letter E is used. E, which means housefly. Et means spear. Em, that means lead. Now, let us discuss all the 6 consonants of this group one by one. The first letter is Ra. This letter is derived from the long vowel E, adding a slightly angular stroke at the bottom and remove the 2 dots. This letter includes a combination of pure consonant Ir and a vowel A. It becomes Ra. For pure consonant, a dot is placed above the letter and the final stroke is removed as shown on the screen. Ir plus A, Ra. Ir plus A, Ra. Ir plus E, Re. Ir plus E, Re. The letter Ra is called an alveolar tap sound. It is pronounced by placing the tip of the tongue in the beginning of the hard palate. Let us see some of the examples in which the letter Ra is used. Rambam, which means sa. Ratri means night. Ragam means one kind of musical note. Now, let us see the next letter Sa. It is derived from the letter Ra by adding a curve in the clockwise direction. This letter represents 3 different variant sounds depending on the position the letter Sa occurs in a word. Those sounds are sa, cha, ja. Let us see the three variant sounds in detail. When the letter sa occurs in the word initial position or intervocalic position, its pronunciation is sa. First, let us take into an account the word initial position. For examples, sattam, which means la. Sabam means curse. Sari, which means yes. In the above examples, the letter sa occurs in the word initial position. So, it is pronounced as sa. Now, let us see some examples for intervocalic position. For examples, pasam, which means affection. Masam means month. The above words can be segregated as follows: ip plus a, ich plus a, im, pasam. Similarly, im plus a, ich plus a, im, masam. In the above examples, the letter sa occurs in between the two vowels, which is called as intervocalic position. So, it is also pronounced as sa. The sound sa is called alveolar fricative. The sound is produced by the tongue touching near the alveolar ridge and the airflow is forced through the narrow gap. If the letter sa get doubled or geminated in a word level, it is pronounced as cha. For example, acham, which means fear, macham, which means mole. In the above examples, the letter sa get doubled. If it gets doubled, letter sa is pronounced as cha. The sound cha is called palatal plosive. To pronounce the sound, the tongue is placed on the hard palate, the air is blocked completely and releases suddenly. When the letter sa occurs after nasal, it pronounces as ja. For examples, anjal, which means post, panjam, which means scarcity. In the above examples, the letter sa comes after nasal sound inj. As per the allophonic variation rule, the letter sa should be pronounced as ja if it comes after nasal. Even though the nasal sound inj has not yet introduced so far, this sound is used here in order to explain the concept of allophonic variation. The sound ja is called voiced palatal affricate. To pronounce the sound, the tongue is placed in the hard palate, the air is blocked and then releases suddenly. While releasing the airflow, the vocal cords get vibrated. Hence, it is called as voiced sound. Now, let us see the next letter ka. It is derived from the letter sa by adding an additional half cow in the clockwise direction as shown on the screen. Similar to the letter sa, the letter ka has three different variant sounds. Those sounds are ka, ga, ha. Now, let us see the three different sounds of the letter ka in detail. Letter ka occurs in word initial position. There is no change in pronunciation. For examples, kattam, kayam, which means wound, kadi, which means bite. In the above examples, the letter ka occurs in the word initial position, so there is no change in the pronunciation. The sound ka is called velar stop. To pronounce the sound, the back of the tongue raised against the soft palate and the airflow is completely blocked and then releases. When the letter ka occurs next to nasal sound, it is pronounced as ga. This sound is called voiced velar stop. The vocal cords get vibrated while pronouncing this sound. For examples, tangam, which means gold, angam means part. In the above examples, the letter ka occurs after the nasal sound ing. So, letter ka is pronounced as ga in tangam and in angam. Even though the nasal sound ing has not yet introduced so far, this sound is used here in order to explain the concept of allophonic variation. When letter ka comes in intervocalic position, it is pronounced as ha. This sound is called velar fricative sound. To pronounce the sound, the back of the tongue raised towards the soft palate and the air is forced through the narrow gap. For examples, mahan, which means sun, kaham means crow. The above words are segregated as follows: im plus a, ik plus a, in mahan. Likewise, ik plus a, ik plus a, im, kaham. We segregated the words in order to explain the intervocalic position. Here, letter ka occurs between two vowels, which is called as intervocalic position. Now, we are going to see the next letter, ta. It is derived from the letter ka. It is written by adding a horizontal line and a slightly bend down at the end. This letter represents two different variant sounds. The letter ta remains same when it occurs in the word initial position. For examples, tadam, which means way or track. Tamil means Tamil language. In the above examples, letter ta occur in the word initial position so that there is no change in pronunciation. The sound is called dental stop. The tip of the tongue touches behind the upper teeth and the airflow is completely blocked and releases while pronouncing this sound. When ta occurs next to nasal sound or intervocalic position, it is pronounced as da. For examples, India, name of our country. Mandam means laziness. Madam, which means religion. Sadam, which means century. In the first two examples, the letter ta comes after the nasal in the last two examples, letter ta occurs between two vowels, which is called as intervocalic position. Whenever letter ta occurs either after nasal or intervocalic position, usually letter ta is pronounced as da. This sound is called voiced velar stop. While pronouncing this sound, vocal cords get vibrated. Even though the nasal sound has not yet introduced so far, this sound is used here in order to explain the concept of allophonic variation. Next letter is na. It is derived from the letter ta by deleting a few strokes as shown on the screen. The letter is called a dental nasal. To pronounce the letter, the tip of the tongue touches behind the upper teeth and the airflow comes out through the nasal cavity. Let us see a few words in which the letter Na is used. Nagam means nail. Nadi, which means river. Nagaram, which means town. Managaram means city. Next letter is Nga. It is derived from the letter Na. This letter is written by cutting the final stroke and add a horizontal line from left to right, then a vertical line from bottom to top. This letter is called a velar nasal. The back of the tongue raised against the soft palate and the airflow is completely blocked and the airflow comes out through the nasal cavity. Let us see some examples in which the letter Nga is used. Singam means lion. Parangal, which means fruits. Tangam means gold. We completed introducing of second group of Tamil letters, namely E, Ra, Ka, Sa, Ta, Na, Nga. Hope you might have understood this lesson. Mastering the script is the key foundation of learning a language. Hence, you are suggested to practice the script well during free time. Besides, you are advised to know, aware, and practice the accurate pronunciation of Tamil letters and its allophonic variations, and also know how to form meaningful words by using the introduced script. If you encounter any problem or doubt in respect of learning and mastering the Tamil script, you can address the same in the feedback submission option. Thank you all and happy learning.